As we grow older, life begins to change in ways we don't always expect. Many people notice that they slowly begin to spend more time alone, or they feel less eager to join social activities that once brought them joy. Some seniors describe it as a quiet retreat from the world, while others say it feels like a natural shift of priorities. But no matter how it happens, withdrawing from others is something almost every older adult experiences to some degree. In this episode, we'll explore the reasons why this happens, what it means for your well-being, and most importantly, what you can do to stay connected in a way that feels comfortable and meaningful. One of the biggest reasons people step back from social life as they age is simply physical health. The truth is, our bodies don't move like they used to. A walk across the neighborhood may feel more like a long hike than a quick stroll. Climbing stairs, driving at night, or even just sitting for a long dinner can become uncomfortable. Chronic conditions like arthritis, heart disease, or back pain can make it harder to get out and about. And when leaving the house feels exhausting or even painful, it's only natural to decline invitations or skip gatherings. Over time, this can turn into a habit of staying home more often than not. But it isn't only the body that changes. The brain also goes through shifts with age. You may notice moments when a word just doesn't come to mind as quickly as it once did, or it takes a little longer to follow a fast-paced conversation. Some people feel embarrassed when they can't remember names or details, and this self-consciousness can make them avoid talking with others. For those dealing with more serious memory loss or conditions like dementia, social interaction can feel confusing or overwhelming. In these cases, retreating is often a way to protect dignity and reduce stress, even if it leads to greater isolation. Another factor is loss. Aging often means saying goodbye to people we love, friends, siblings, or even a spouse. These losses shrink our social circles and can leave us with fewer people to spend time with. Imagine attending a gathering and realizing most of your closest companions are no longer there. The joy you once felt is replaced with sadness, and soon the idea of going out loses its appeal. Grief can quietly push people into isolation, and sometimes it's not even about the pain of loss itself. It's about the fear of more goodbyes in the future. At the same time, many older adults become more selective about the relationships they invest in. This is not necessarily a bad thing. Psychologists call it socio-emotional selectivity. As people realize their time is more limited, they stop spending energy on surface-level connections and focus instead on the people and activities that truly matter. That's why some seniors may prefer a quiet lunch with a lifelong friend over a large, noisy party. It's not that they don't want company, it's that they value depth over quantity. This kind of intentional connection can actually improve emotional well-being, as long as it doesn't slip into complete withdrawal. Practical challenges also play a role. Maybe you no longer drive. Maybe your children live far away. Maybe the technology that younger generations use, like smartphones, social media, or video calls, feels confusing or intimidating. These barriers can make staying in touch harder, even when the desire to connect is there. It's not uncommon for seniors to feel left out or left behind in a fast-moving digital world. And when reaching out feels complicated, people often stop trying altogether. Emotional changes also have a huge impact. Some older adults struggle with feelings of anxiety or depression. These emotions can quietly drain motivation to leave the house or pick up the phone. Others feel embarrassed about physical changes like hearing loss, difficulty speaking, or changes in appearance. They may fear being judged or pitted, so they withdraw to avoid discomfort. The sad part is that isolation can make these feelings worse, creating a cycle that becomes harder to break with time. Yet there's another side to this story. Many seniors are not withdrawing out of sadness or loss. They're simply redefining what brings them peace. After years of responsibilities, careers, and family obligations, some people finally feel free to choose solitude. Quiet mornings with a book, gardening in the afternoon, or taking walks alone may feel more fulfilling than constant social obligations. This choice can be deeply healthy as long as it doesn't lead to complete disconnection. Alone time can nurture the soul, but human beings still need community, love, and support. So what can be done? If you or someone you love finds themselves pulling away from others, the first step is to recognize that this is normal. You are not alone in this experience. But also remember that staying socially engaged is one of the best things you can do for your health, both body and mind. Studies show that people who maintain strong social ties live longer, think more clearly, and enjoy a better quality of life. Even small interactions like chatting with a neighbor or greeting a store clerk can lift mood and keep the brain active. It doesn't mean you need to attend big parties or be around people all the time. What matters is meaningful connection. Maybe it's calling an old friend once a week. Maybe it's joining a senior group at the local community center. Maybe it's inviting your grandchildren to teach you how to use video chat so you can see their faces even from far away. These small steps make a big difference, and they don't require a lot of energy. Technology, while sometimes intimidating, can also be a lifeline. Learning how to send a message, join a video call, or watch online programs can open doors to connection that weren't possible before. Many seniors who embrace these tools find that they actually enjoy being part of online communities where they can share hobbies, learn new skills, or simply talk to others who understand their experiences. And if technology feels overwhelming, don't be afraid to ask for help. Younger family members are usually happy to guide you, and it can become another way to bond across generations. If health challenges are holding you back, don't give up hope. Talk with your doctor about ways to manage pain or mobility issues. Look for senior exercise classes that are gentle but effective in building strength. Many communities also offer transportation services for older adults, making it easier to get to social events or appointments. Remember, solutions do exist. You don't have to accept isolation as your only option. Another helpful step is to create routines that include social contact. Schedule regular calls with family or friends. Set aside one day a week for a community activity, even if it's something simple like a library visit or a church service. Having these touch points built into your routine makes it easier to stay connected, especially during times when you may feel tempted to withdraw. It's also important to be honest about your feelings. If loneliness, sadness, or anxiety is keeping you from connecting, talk about it. Whether it's with a family member, a close friend, or even a counselor, sharing how you feel can lift the burden and open the door to solutions. Mental health is just as important as physical health, and seeking help is a sign of strength, not weakness. For family members and caregivers listening, remember that patience and understanding go a long way. Instead of pushing too hard, invite gently. Instead of judging, listen. Sometimes just sitting quietly with a loved one is enough to make them feel seen and valued. Encourage small steps rather than big leaps, and celebrate every effort to stay connected. And to you, dear listener, if you are nodding along as you hear this, please know, you are not fading away. You are still deeply important to the people who love you, even if you don't always feel like it. Connection is not about numbers, but about moments. A warm laugh, a kind word, a shared memory, these are the treasures of life, and they don't lose value with age. Before we wrap up today's episode, I want to remind you that if this message resonates with you, take a moment to support this channel. Hit the like button, share this podcast with a friend who might need it, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss future episodes. Your engagement not only helps this channel grow, but it also spreads knowledge and encouragement to other seniors who may be struggling with the same challenges. Aging brings changes, some easier than others. But isolation doesn't have to define your later years. With awareness, small actions, and a little support, you can build a life that balances solitude with connection, independence with companionship. You deserve to feel joy, belonging, and purpose at every stage of life. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Stay well, stay connected, and remember, every day is a chance to open a new door.